Welcome back to the show. Yeah.
How you doing?
Little bit of a worry there.
Yeah.
Wait, so which police station? The one here?
The new one.
Yeah.
That runs behind before you turn left to go where
This
the movie
morning?
theater is. At like 12:30.
Oh.
I
Okay.
passed you.
That makes sense. So I was at my office. This was an office day. We're getting a brand new phone system,
Okay.
and they're installing it on this coming Wednesday.
Okay.
And we have it's like a complicated thing where it's like, press 1 to get to such and such, and if you want to contact, press this number or whatever. So it's like an automated thing.
Yeah.
And so I was trying to get my scripts for the recordings of the system prompts, that we have for our current one.
Oh yeah, that'd be.
And we're
awesome.
having somebody record them for us to put on the new one.
Okay.
And so I had to run home and get my drives because I didn't get them.
Fair enough.
Yeah, and
That
that was my day. So I sat in my car and I was listening to my book. I'm on book 7 of a series,
Okay.
and it's a really good book, really good series. The guy's growing as a character, whatever. And at the end of this book, and I'm not gonna say the series now because I've already ruined it, whatever. But major loss,
Major loss.
major loss.
Just everyone dies.
Not good.
Major loss.
Not
It's
good.
Not
for,
good all
This is
around.
like the end of the first half of the Avengers.
Everyone dies. Thanos snapped everyone out of
Yeah.
existing.
Yeah, more than half. And so it's very emotional. And so I'm experiencing this, and it's just like wait, what? You expect the good guy to win,
Yes.
and it's close all the time.
Yeah.
Because it's not fun if it's not close. Hey, Sav, how are you? And, oh, hey, Sarah, welcome back to the show. I see you two on here. But, my brain is processing what's happening as it's already happened, and it's like, yeah, it's no bueno.
Yeah. No. Not that great.
No bueno. So I've got just a little bit left of the epilogue at the end, and to see how it goes. And now I gotta wait forever until book 8 comes out, because this one, I don't know when it came out, but it's recent.
What's at the end of epilogue? The obituary.
I don't know. Usually it ends with something completely different, like the beginning of the next story.
It'd be really funny if there's just no continuation. It's just obituary.
Yeah, no.
That would be awful.
So, so that was the bad news part of our good news program,
Yeah.
I guess.
Talking about books.
Yeah. Today is National Hospitalists Day. Hospitalist.
Like the workers?
I think so. Yeah.
Hospital. What's a hospital?
National Hospitalist Day recognizes the contributions of more than 60,000 hospitalists nationwide on the first Thursday in March. Annually, hospital medicine is one of the fastest growing specialties in modern medicine, and those who practice it are known as hospitalists.
I didn't know that.
I didn't either. But they include, wait. So hospitalists manage patient care throughout their inpatient stay and have been proven to reduce readmissions while also serving as leaders in quality improvement and patient safety. Doctors Lee Goldman and Bob Wachter.
Wachter.
I'm sure I'm pronouncing that wrong. It might be
Wachter.
pronounced like water. Because we had a Klein water, and it was spelled like that. Anyway, those two doctors coined the phrase hospitalist in a New England Journal of Medicine article in 1996. Hospitalists include physicians, nurse practitioners, physician's assistants, and practice administrators. And they may be certified in a wide area of specialties. So, to all you hospitalists out there,
Hospitalists.
thank you.
I
you.
guess.
I've had a few run-ins into the hospital. Usually they're very severe for me to be able to, or for me to want to go. And I appreciate you, saving my life and easing my pain.
Yeah. I've only gone to the hospital when I absolutely had to.
Yeah, I don't like Doctors. But I do like hospitalists. No, I ruined it.
I like nurses.
I like not dying.
Yeah.
Okay, it's also National Old Stuff Day, which is always on March 2nd.
Old stuff day.
Yep, not people, but old stuff.
I do like me some old stuff.
It's always observed on March 2nd. National Old Stuff Day gives notice to all that old stuff and encourages you to try something new. Well, maybe not all the old stuff, but some of it. It's a day to break out of the old routines and experience new ones. So, you've heard this saying, same old, same old?
Yes.
I didn't know that's where this comes from.
Is
Actually,
this actually where this comes from?
we've all heard the saying, same old, same old. Well, this is the day to do things differently. There's no limit on how you can change up your day. Take a moment to recognize the things that you do each day. Is there a better, more efficient way? Examine the route you take to work. Evaluate how you fold laundry. And there's a improved way to clean your windows. I'm thinking about, it's kind of cool. So how to observe. You approach the day with a new attitude.
Okay.
Consider alternatives to each of the choices you make each day. Try making a new choice when available. Use an old item for a new use. Look at things from a new perspective. Throw out all you know about something and relearn it all anew. Take something old and freshen it up, like repaint it or reuse it. Order a small instead of a large. What if I normally order a small?
You got an extra small?
I think I would just order a large.
I think that's how it works.
I feel like if you order a large, if you want to mix it up, you could also just order an extra large.
Could also do that. That is an option.
Yeah, I guess. Anyway, you can post, hashtag National Old Stuff or whatever if you want to be on social media. But
See, I thought it would be like celebrating things that have lasted.
forever,
Yeah.
yeah, old stuff.
Yeah.
I thought it would be like take out, all that money you spent on that, super awesome action figure that you only played 3 times with, and it's been 10 years now.
Yeah.
Yeah. But first I'd have to find it.
Yeah. Yep, that's the problem.
It is also World Teen Mental Health Wellness Day. So if you're a teen and you are in good mental health, go you.
Yeah, this is my last month to be a teen anything.
Isn't that great? You're growing up. Do you feel like you've matured?
No.
But when this month is over with, do you feel like you will have matured?
No. No. If anything, I might have regressed. There's a possibility.
Well, this next one might be for you.
Yeah.
In your current faculties. It's also National Read Across America Day.
Comic books.
Yes. Also known as Dr. Seuss Day.
Dr. Seuss.
Dr. Seuss Day. Yes, March 2nd. And if it's on the weekend, it would be the nearest school day. So read across America. Grab a book and read at a level that would be what your immature self would be reading.
College reading level.
And then my favorite, it's National Banana Cream Pie Day, which I'm gonna go find banana cream pie.
I don't know if I've ever had a banana cream pie.
I have. I love them. Today's the day, and I intend to eat one.
I can't recall ever having a banana cream pie in my entire life.
Give a shout out to O1 Ella. Thanks for coming back. Alicidra, Kita. We already said hi to Summer, and Sarah. So welcome back to the show.
Right.
2 people are watching right now that actually sent articles. So unless you have anything, I'll start reading them.
No, let's get right to it.
We'll go right on to the good news part of the program then. I'm kind of excited. This first story I saw a video of and just laughed maniacally. If you haven't seen the video, so it's kind of an older story. Let's see here. Let's see if I can get my stuff up and running. So
I love your reasoning.
I know. Here's a picture. This duck ran a marathon and won a medal.
Yep. There it is.
Yeah. And when I saw the video, I was like, oh my goodness, I need this for the...
I mean, it's worth it. It's 100%. It's a duck.
Yeah, but then when I looked into it, I realized that this happened last year. But I still liked it.
Still a duck.
It's still a duck.
Still worth it.
And it ran in those matching red shoes. Here, let's put this full screen. Little red boots there it's wearing, which is totally cool. A 26-second video has gone viral on the internet wherein a duck took part in a Long Island marathon in New York, which took place on Sunday, which was like back in the fall, I think. In this process, it's registered in a 1 kilometer world duck record of 18 minutes and 8 seconds.
That's
The
actually
duck
not that bad.
ran a kilometer in 18 minutes.
And 8 seconds.
I know, I feel bad. And at the end of the video, when the duck's running across the finish line, I mean, it really goes. And it flaps his wings. And I mean, it's like,
he's going.
it's running, and all of a sudden it's like, bolt for the end.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
go.
Wrinkle, also known as @seductive
That's
on
pretty
Instagram,
Good. That's pretty good.
shared the video with more than 500,000 followers and the viral has amassed more than, 50,000, and the viral video has amassed more than 450,000 views and 37,000 likes. I'm having a problem reading because of where I put my comma there.
And so I think it's all your comma just messing.
Yeah. In the video, the duck can be seen completing the marathon along with the other participants, which were humans. The video was captioned, "Wrinkle finished a marathon." Thanks so much to Lee Marathon for having Wrinkle as a special guest to run in the Long Island weekend.
Yeah, it's LI Marathon.
Yeah, Long Island. Sorry, LI Marathon.
Villa Marathon.
The duck was seen wearing webbed foot shoes for extra cushioning during the marathon. When near the finish line, the duck was flapping its wings and received a medal as well. Then the organizers provided water to Wrinkle and got their photos clicked. Wrinkle the duck has been popular in New York with her presence in the running marathons. She has gained attention during the 50th edition of the New York City Marathon on November 7th last year as well. No, maybe this was recent then.
So this duck
Yes.
is just
No, I think this is
running all over the place.
Yeah, I think this is it's last year, and then they got it from the year before too. I'm pretty sure it's last year. Ducks are cute. Welcome back to the show, Electric.
Bro, the duck got a medal.
Yeah. Did we see somebody pop in here? I'm missing this. The duck got a medal.
The duck got a medal.
I just know that, like, first of all, I haven't run any marathons. I don't have any medals.
Yeah.
And I feel like the duck would shame me. See, I'm afraid. Here's the thing.
If you lose a race to a duck.
What if you're in a marathon? You're running a race, right? You're this young, spry, immature, almost not teenager, right?
Okay.
You're getting ready to run, you're there, you're worked out, you got your water, you ate your carbs, you're ready to go, and you start running, and you know in the first block you've made a huge mistake.
Yeah.
Right. And there are an infinite number of blocks left to go.
Yep.
And this old man that looks like he's in his 90s, maybe past, maybe in his hundreds, he just goes running right by you. Right?
Okay.
An old lady goes running right by you wearing a skirt.
Okay.
I couldn't recover from that.
I'd be fine.
I would just purposely twist my ankle right at that point and fall on the ground and be like,
Just stop in place, grab your ankle.
I could have beat the old lady if it wasn't for the old football injury. You know?
I'd be fine. Because here's how I would read it out in my head.
Here we go.
These people are older than I am.
Uh-huh.
They've had more time than I have to condition their body to this type of exercise.
Uh-huh.
It would make sense that they would perform better than me, who is not used to running marathons.
I don't know. I feel my ego couldn't handle me being beat by an old lady.
Now, if I got passed by a duck, a little bit different because
A
then I've
duck
lost
would
to an
be
animal, and
even
I can't justify that one
Even
in my
worse.
head. Yeah,
Even worse. Even worse.
I don't think I'd twist my ankle. I think I'd just snap my shin right then and there just to make sure.
Well, my next article, I may have asthma, I'm incredibly competitive. Go for their knees. I run until I pass out from oxygen deprivation. That is a great plan, Electric. That's a super great plan. And I still don't see Electric in here yet.
What's the part of that plan? Kick the old lady and then suffocate?
Yeah. Kick the old lady in the knees. Same here, though. Yeah. Yeah, I feel your pain. So my next article, asthma game rise up.
See, I don't have asthma. But I'm also probably not beating the old lady, so.
I had asthma. I think I outgrew it.
Is that how that works?
I feel like, yeah.
Because I know you can make yourself lactose intolerant.
Well,
but I don't know.
I think it's like a
asthma?
childhood asthma or something. Some people do and some people don't. So I was younger, I had asthma, I feel like I outgrew it, and then one year at my office, one of our propane tanks like exploded. Well, the pressure got so bad that the top blew off of it, and it was spraying propane into the air or whatever.
Okay.
And so I grabbed the tank and I like dragged it to the back of the yard, so if it exploded, nobody'd get hurt.
Yeah.
And like the secretary, she's outside and she's like, "Get away from there, it could explode." I'm like, "Go back inside."
Yeah, go back inside.
The neighbor was like running his car, and I ran over and I shut the car off, and then I was like, I beat on his door. I was like, and then I just ran away. And as he come out, I was like, "Don't start the car. There's a propane leak." So when I was breathing it in, well, first of all, it made me very sick. It did at the time.
I wonder why.
But when I got back, I had like this massive headache, and I started like whatever. So when I was driving home, because I left early, I was like on the side of the road sick.
If you consider the fact to me, it's because it's not a breathable gas.
So by the time I got home, like my skin had turned like a gray color. My face was gray, and like my lips were purple, and everybody's like, "What's wrong with you?" And I was like,
I'm healing.
Yeah. Turns out like propane is poisonous.
Oh, I wonder why.
Gas poisoning. And so I had to take this like inhaler thing to try to get it or whatever. And so that first winter after that, like I was having problems breathing in the winter time. And I don't know, it was like asthma came back because like propane induced asthma. Is that a thing? I don't know. I don't know.
The Hank Hill asthma.
Hank Hill. Okay, so my next article came from someone who sent in this article too.
Okay.
It's technically old because it happened last night. But this was the article that we would have read if we had read it yesterday.
Yeah?
Yeah. Shout out to the one time I passed out during gym class. Yes.
Gym class was interesting because in my gym class we had, well, I was in better shape at the time than I am now. I'm not in bad shape now, but I was definitely in much better shape then. In that class was myself, the star athlete of our school, who is a great friend of mine. His name is Visna. And then my buddy Austin, who's now in the military. And at the time, who was also preparing his body to go into the military. In gym class, we had to run laps around the basketball court for like 5 minutes. It's just the thing they did every day. You could, half the people walk, some people jog. And then there's the three of us just trying to see who's faster than the other person and can do more laps.
And which one of the three of you won?
Oh God, this was a daily thing. No, but none of us kept track.
Ah, so it changed up then.
It did. It changed up. Sometimes Visna, I know, lost at one point because he got the great idea that if he cut one of us off, it would force us to stop. Well, he cut Austin off too early. Austin stepped on the back of his shoe, and Visna went down.
Oh, that was a loss.
Yep, and that's a loss. And then there was a time where Austin decided, with a concussion, this was still a good idea to do, and got incredible headache and had to stop. I think for the most part, though, Visna won, but that's just because Visna did soccer, track and field, and then he switched from track and field to cross country.
Cheated.
Yeah, pretty much.
And
Yeah.
cheated.
Yep.
Yeah.
He had a natural advantage.
Well, I don't have a segue from that back into here.
You really trying to think of something, huh?
Yeah, I don't have a, I don't,
The limits were sky high. Let's say that. The limits were sky high because none of us wanted to give up.
So, so the last 2 nights in a row, we've had like, astrological, whatever events, I guess. Have you noticed any of them? So a few days ago, like 3 days ago, I think, someone up in north of us, so one of the states north of us, saw the northern lights come down like really low, and they were able to catch a picture of it.
That's interesting.
So 2 nights ago here, where we are at, you were supposed to be able to see them. Now I went out there,
Okay.
and I was looking for it, but it was so cloudy that I didn't see anything.
I was working,
Yeah.
so my mind wasn't really focused on
Was
it.
the sky awake in the north when you were driving around?
No, it was very dark.
It was very
It
dark.
was very dark.
I feel like you like driving. It's like, whoa, what is that?
Bam! Yep, there it is, right then and there.
Well, you get a good look at it now.
Yeah.
So last night, Jupiter and Venus were to appear to like kiss in the sky, and I didn't see it either.
I can confirm I was outside last night, and I remember the moon looking really nice, but I didn't see anything else.
Didn't see anything. Let's see what this looks like here. Well, Jupiter and Venus got really close last night, which was Wednesday. The 2 planets were set to pass each other in what's called as a conjunction, which we've talked about on this show lots of times. Jupiter was supposed to shift westward, while bright Venus was supposed to move slowly in the other direction, and that was per NASA. Conjunctions between planets happen actually pretty frequently because the celestial bodies orbit around the sun in approximately the same plane as one another and trace similar paths across the sky. So everybody goes in a circle in the same circle, just further out. NASA said that the 2 planets were supposed to appear in the western sky and the horizon around 6:58 p.m. That was Eastern time. Yeah, as evening twilight set on the east coast of the United States. So maybe they got a good look at it.
I hope, because I was not outside that early. I was outside at like 1 in the morning.
Okay. Well, at their closest, they were supposed to be about a half a degree apart, but the diameter of a full moon, said Robert Massey, Deputy Executive Director of the Royal Astronomical Society in the United Kingdom. Sorry, I have this weird headache thing going on, and I'm having issues speaking because I thought that I would cut back on my Starbucks.
And instead you had a stroke.
And I haven't had Starbucks in days. And and I've substituted it with a mushroom tea thing in the morning. And it's supposed to be better.
How's it working? Because I can see your little shakes
It's not
going through caffeine withdrawal.
it's not better. It's not better. I don't know what
Does
my
it
problem is.
taste good at least? Or does it just taste like mushroom?
It tastes like if you put a lot of honey in it, it would taste good, yes.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. So, anyway, I got another picture here. You can see.
You're not tabbed.
I see. This is me.
You know what I've noticed?
Yeah. Well, here's another picture. Let me
When
get
it comes to the UK, it's royal everything.
it is royal everything.
The Royal Mail screwed up already for 100 years.
Right.
Now we're just waiting for the Royal Astrological Society to do something else.
Yeah.
And then what royal thing is next?
I don't know.
The Royal Bistro?
They're waiting for the current royal, I think, to pass it on to a different one because I don't think anybody is fond of him. They like the Queen, but
The Queen was... Yeah, she was a character.
England, EU, tomato, tomato, tomato. That's right. That's right. Okay, so since this happened last night, I decided to take it upon myself and say the rest of the 2023's top sky events.
Okay.
So if you have binoculars and a telescope, you're ready. And we'll probably repeat some of these through the year since this seems to be like an ongoing theme for us.
Okay.
But anyway, the next full moon will occur this coming Tuesday. And that evening, Venus, Jupiter, and Mars will also be visible in the night sky. NASA said it's sometimes known as the crow, crust, sap, sugar, or worm moon.
I don't know how I feel about worm moon.
Crow moon, crust moon, sap moon, sugar moon, worm moon.
Sugar moon sounds like the safest. Worm moon sounds like a disease.
Sugar moon sounds like a song I could write.
Right?
Yeah, I think so. So here are the other remaining full moons for the 2023 according to the Farmer's Almanac. April 6th is the pink moon. May 5th is the flower moon. Yeah. June 3rd is the strawberry moon. July 3rd is the buck moon. August 1st is the sturgeon moon. August 30th is a blue moon because it's twice in the same month. And you know that saying, only once in a blue moon? We get a blue moon this year. And that's in August. Hooray us. Well, I guess everybody.
We'll see if the once in a blue moon's a good luck, right?
Yeah.
Is that the thing?
Yeah.
All right, hold on. We're going to see
I think it's like a rare event, like once in a blue moon.
I'm going to see how lucky a blue moon is. If my work schedule is the exact same, the blue moon is my first day off of that week.
Whoa! It is lucky. Okay. So we get a blue moon in August. September 29th is the harvest moon, followed by October 28th, the hunter's moon, and then the beaver moon on November 27th. December 26th is the cold moon.
Why are there so many moons?
Yep. Every month has one full moon, and some months have two. Well,
Who let them name this?
Okay. We're going to get onto that. While these are the popularized names associated with its monthly full moon, each one carries its own significance across Native American tribes, which many also refer to by differing names. There will be 2 solar eclipses and 2 lunar eclipses in 2023. A total solar eclipse will occur on April 20th, visible to those in Australia, New Zealand, Southeast Asia, and Antarctica. This kind of event occurs when the moon moves between the sun and the earth, blocking out the sun. And for some sky watchers in Indonesia, parts of Australia, and New Guinea, it will actually be a hybrid solar eclipse. The curvature of the Earth's surface can cause some eclipses?
I think is it eclipses?
Eclipses?
I think it's eclipses.
Well, the sun's surface can cause them to shift between total and annular as the moon's shadow moves across the globe, according to NASA. Like a total solar eclipse, the moon passes between the sun and the earth during an annular eclipse, but it occurs when the moon is at or near its farthest point from the earth, according to NASA. This causes the moon to appear smaller than the sun, so it doesn't actually completely block out our star and create a glowing ring around the moon. The Western Hemisphere sweeping annular solar eclipse will occur on October 14th and will be visible across the Americas. Be sure to wear proper eclipse glasses to safely view solar eclipses, as the sun's light can be damaging to your eyes.
So, I have a thing about this.
Okay.
About proper glasses to wear. There was, on one of the very few times in my life that I have ever been on Reddit, there was a conversation.
I like how you preface that.
There was a conversation that was found that was, if you wore 3D glasses during a solar eclipse and stared at the sun, would the sun change the color of your eyes to the colors of the 3D glasses? This was a legitimate discussion that had been going on for about 3 weeks.
And
it's some of the dumbest stuff I've ever read
I feel
in my
like
life.
it might change your eye color, but you'll be blind, so you won't be able to see it.
That's the thing. It's some of the dumbest stuff I've ever read in my life.
I tend to, even if it is protective eyewear, you don't want to buy the cheap protective eyewear that they said was protective, but it's not actually protective. So I just generally look at it on an internet video. Usually NASA's got something going on.
Yeah.
For something like that.
One of the best comments was, it won't change your eye color, but it'll change your eyes from working to none.
Yeah, that's what some say. I've just said. I'm pretty sure you go blind. And Electric, I missed your worm moon, but
You'd love me if I was a worm moon. No, would you still love me if I was a worm moon?
Yes, I would still love you as a worm moon. So, there's another lunar eclipse on May 5th for people in Africa, Asia, and Australia. And partial lunar eclipse of the Hunter's Moon on October 28th will be visible to those in Europe, Asia, Australia, Africa, and parts of North America, and much of South America. And meteor showers. The Lyriids are April 22nd and 23rd. The Eta Aquariids are May 5th and 6th. The Southern Delta Aquariids are July 30th and 31st. The Alpha Capricornids are July 30th and 31st. The Perseids are August 12th through the 13th. The Orionids are October 20th and 21st. The Southern Tarnids are November 4th and 5th. The Northern Tarnids are November 11th and 12th. The Leonids are November 17th and 18th. The Geminids are December 13th and 14th. And the Ursids are December 21st and 22nd.
Why does it all end in ids? I feel like they could have made this much easier on people trying to pronounce it, but they didn't.
I remember when there was the eclipse, they told them to look over their face. I know, I want to look so bad too.
Just all these kids just marching down, just yep.
Welcome to the show, A-OK. I'm not sure if I've seen you here before. And Sophia Call, welcome to the show too.
You'd be out here like, ooh, my shoes are really good looking today.
Woohoo!
I'm wearing some good socks.
Don't look. It's be like all those people said, don't look, this lady is going to turn you to stone. And everybody looked.
I'd be like, I bet you she won't turn me entirely to stone if I get a quick glance.
Yeah. I'd be like, I ain't looking, I'm not looking, but she's got a pizza. What?
It's like you just hear, I've got pizza. Huh?
So my next article is actually super, super cool. I just like the story itself. Chipotle
is not who I thought it was.
No, Chipotle turns a viral TikTok food hack into a new quesadilla menu item. Found this on Business Insider. Chipotle is turning a quesadilla menu hack popularized by two TikTok creators in a new menu offering starting March 2nd, which is today. The permanent new menu item, the fajita quesadilla, will be available through Chipotle's app or website. Fajitas, a standard Chipotle topping, were previously not an option when ordering quesadillas. Chipotle said customers can also add honey vinaigrette dressing as a side option for all quesadillas starting in March. The fast casual chain said it was prompted to create the fajita quesadilla after TikTok creators Alexis Frost and Keith Lee posted videos about their Chipotle hack in late December of 2022. Frost showed her 2.4 million followers how she ordered what employees would order, as she bit into a steak quesadilla made with extra cheese and stuffed with fajita topping. She said it was like eating a Philly cheesesteak. Inspired by Frost, Lee posted a similar video but added his own twist. Frost, who has 10.7 million TikTok followers, dipped the quesadilla in the chain's honey vinaigrette dressing. He then tried another savory hack. He mixed the dressing with sour cream to create a Chipotle ranch dipping sauce for the quesadilla. The sauce mashup prompted Lee to give the meal a 10 out of 10 rating. The entire platform took notice, Chipotle said. In the following weeks, we saw an influx of guests trying to add fajita veggies to their quesadillas after Alexis and Keith's TikToks went live, the chain told Insider. Chipotle said it saw more than 30.6 million views and 3.7 million likes, 47,200 comments, and 69,500 shares of viral TikTok content about the steak quesadilla with fajita veggies. I'm hungry right now, and I'm having a hard time because, like, I'm starting to salivate.
Am I the only one who's like, ooh, steak?
Yeah. Yeah. But it posed a challenge for Chipotle as it wasn't an official menu item, the chain said. Chipotle, which debuted the customizable quesadilla as a digital-only menu in March 2021, said it had to quickly mobilize to get its digital ordering systems at about 3,200 restaurants to accommodate the demand for the new quesadilla options. The 5 new permanent quesadilla versions include the steak quesadilla with fajita veggies, the chicken quesadilla with fajita veggies, basically you can get fajita veggies.
It's all the different quesadillas with fajita veggies.
Yeah. As an added treat for Frost and Lee fans, Chipotle is offering their original meal hacks for a limited time through the chain's digital ordering channels. The quesadilla is a fajita quesadilla with steak served with roasted chili corn salsa, sour cream, and honey vinaigrette on the side. The fajita quesadilla hack, inspired by Frost, is a fajita quesadilla with steak served with roasted chili corn salsa,
Tomatillo?
yeah, red chili salsa and sour cream on the side. The average cost of the quesadilla ranges from $9.50 to $11.25. Prices vary by protein choices and the restaurant location.
Is it like the whole quesadilla, or you just get one?
You know, I haven't ordered
Because if I'm paying $9.50 for one piece of quesadilla, I'm gonna be a little upset.
I triple dog dare you to stare at the lady. Yeah.
Dude, I'm staring at the lady that turns me to stone just so I can take a nap and have an excuse to not have to go into work.
I don't know how am I keep missing these, like, super awesome. I don't notice noteds or whatever. It would have been perfect if I would have read that at the end of the actual article. Or the other one, but...
Yeah, eyes, don't-ids, no-ids.
So, are you familiar with Martin Short?
No.
Martin Short and Steve Martin usually get together. They've done a lot of different things together.
Maybe. I might have to see an actual thing.
Are you familiar with Chance the Rapper?
I am familiar with Chance the Rapper.
Chance the Rapper came from Chicago.
Yeah, he also got kicked out of Chicago for a short period of time.
Yeah, so anyway, the good news part of this is Martin Short swapped plane seats with a 7-year-old girl so she could sit with her father. And the father turned out to be Chance the Rapper.
So Martin Short was already sitting next to Chance the Rapper, and then swapped plane seats with his kid.
Yep. I don't think he likes rap.
Could you imagine Chance being like, "Hey, man, can I sit with my daughter?"
Well, Chance the Rapper has detailed how he ended up on the receiving end of an adorable act of kindness from Only Murderers in the Building actor Martin Short during a recent flight.
That's where I know him from.
Yep.
Because my mother is obsessed with that show, and I think it's dumb.
Yeah. Well, lots of people are supporting Selena Gomez right now.
Good actor. Supporting Selena Gomez right now. What in the world are you talking about?
Well, it's definitely not.
I say I don't read
really.
the news. So.
Yeah. There's like I'll tell you.
Let's talk about it after the show.
So, quote, so I just got on this plane with my daughter and found out our seats weren't next to each other when the No Problem rapper tweeted on Sunday. Sorry, I was reading that. I really ain't wanna inconvenience anyone by asking them to swap seats, but before I could say anything, this kind older gentleman offered his seat to Kensley so we could sit together. He continued. We both said thank you, and as he stands up, I realize it's the Martin Short.
He's like, I don't know who this guy is, but...
Chance, whose real name is Chandler Bennett, said Kensley 7 was freaked out by the encounter because she loves the movie The Santa Claus 3, in which Short plays Jack Frost, which you can see in this picture. Why do I keep doing that?
You do this every time.
I know. You can see him right here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, now I know. Now I know who he is.
One commenter wrote below Chance's tweet, Martin Short is the only human who really matters. Another added, he is a gem. When one fan joked that Chance should have taken the chance to sit next to Short himself, he replied, oh, thanks so much, but the little girl will be fine where she is. Opens lollipop. Anyways, this little script I've been working on is called The Four Amigos. Earlier in February, Chance whipped his fans into a frenzy by teasing a special concert to celebrate the 10th anniversary of his sophomore mixtape, Acid Rap. Though the project, which includes features from Twista, Childish Gambino, The Action Bronson, was and remains free to download, It ended up charting at number 63 on the Billboard Top R&B Hip Hop Albums 3 months after its release due to bootleg downloads on iTunes and Amazon. To date, it has been downloaded over 1 million times. On February 1st, Chance put together a montage of clips from the time in an Instagram video which he captioned, "Who Wants a Show?"
I've learned something today.
Okay.
Martin Short
Martin Short.
is shorter than me. He is, in fact, Martin Short.
I can't believe you just pulled a short.
He is, in fact, short. He is
Short Martin Short.
2 inches shorter than me.
That is hilarious. Welcome to the show, the Tovar 3.
Martin Short is 5'7".
How short is Martin Short? 5'7".
5'7". I am 5'9.5". Martin Short is short.
9.5.
9.5.
I like how you have to get that half in there.
I do, because I'm only 1.5 inches higher than average male height, and I need to stand out as much as I can.
I'm shorter than Martin Short. Oh. Well,
I feel like there's a vast amount of people that are
I feel
shorter
like
than
you could
Martin
change your name to Martin Shorter.
I'm going to change my name to Martin Tall.
Martin Short. Okay. My next article, which I should have done after the duck article, but I didn't. I originally did, but then, you try to put the people who send in stuff first. This marathon was going on.
Okay.
And the marathon itself, have you ever been driving and there's a marathon running, you have to stop and wait?
No.
You just run them over.
Yes. Actually, that's exactly what I'm saying. I'm saying you think my car versus the human body.
Usually
I feel like
there's
I'm winning.
like police that block the intersection,
Yeah.
and they'll let you know when you can go because they try to let the well, they don't. They let the marathoners run. This instance, it was a really bad thing because the marathon was blocking a delivery route for organ donation.
That's a problem.
Yeah, so a surgeon got out of the car, ran through the race to get it. In a story that only those who live in the colonial cities of America East will understand, a surgeon ran about a mile to and from a hospital to pick up a liver for his patient after a courier's route was blocked not only by Philadelphia's strange grid system, but thousands of marathon runners.
Do you think he just like mid-operation got blood all over him, just ran, just kept going? You just gotta go.
Yeah. I don't know. It's
Like
pretty...
no time to stop. I don't have time to change. Nurse.
So 66-year-old Charles Rowe, who would have beat me for sure, because I would have been like in the first...
Yeah.
was waiting in an operating table with his surgeon, Adam Bodzin. He was slated for a liver transplant that day to save his life from complications due to hepatitis C. Time ticked until Rowe was surprised to hear that Bodzin was going out the door to get the liver himself. Meanwhile, an out-of-town van driver for Philly-based Gift of Life donor program was having trouble negotiating the one-way streets, half blocks, and diagonals of Philadelphia's city center. When it became clear that his route to Thomas Jefferson University Hospital would be blocked by the Dietz and Watson Philadelphia Half Marathon at 2 separate points, event organizers and police have access points for emergencies going towards the hospital, but the courier couldn't find them even after consulting the police. Clad in sneakers and teal scrubs, Bodzin weaved his way at a full run from the hospital entrance near 11th and Chestnut Streets through the stream of runners on Lombard Street, then another block to South Street. Reaching the driver and taking the sealed container with the liver on ice, he zigzagged back the same way, earning what must have been more than a few curious stares. Before hitching a ride with the police back to the hospital on the other side of the marathon route, thanks to Bodzin's quick thinking, they managed to transplant the liver successfully an hour after the time when the liver begins to deteriorate. Rowe made a full recovery and left the hospital 6 days later. Rowe called Bodzin a hero. Tom Averill reported for the Philadelphia Inquiry, through Bodzin chose to describe himself as more of a biker.
I mean, like, you're a hero, man. Nah, I'm more of a biker, I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, put a snowplow in the front of your car and go. This is a good news program, so I don't want to like elaborate, but Electric, you need to watch. What's the one with David Carradine? Not Mystery Race. something race 3000.
Oh,
Death Race.
Death Race 3000.
Death Race 3000. Watch that show, and that's it. That's all I'm going to say about that. So now the next article I just saw was pretty neat because you have one of these upstairs. You've heard of the Rainbow Bridge, not from the Thor movies, but for your animals.
Oh no, I've heard of the Rainbow Bridges and the bridge that connects Canada and America at Niagara Falls. It's called the Rainbow Bridge. It's called the Rainbow Bridge.
I don't even know what to say to that.
Wait, it's not called the Rainbow Bridge.
So I honestly thought you were going to go with Thor, where they're on the bridge when they're transporting back
You
and
told
forth.
me not Thor, so I had to think of something else.
So there was a poem written about the Rainbow Bridge,
Okay.
and it's been like unknown. It was like author unknown.
Okay.
You know, like the footprints in the sand that everybody uses at most funerals, author unknown.
Okay.
So the author of the Rainbow Bridge poem about an animal heaven finally revealed. Boom.
Is this like a really popular? I don't read much poetry.
Yeah. You have, I think, one upstairs on your thing, next to some ashes. Oh, maybe a piece of it. Well, anyway, around the UK and the US, dozens of animal hospitals have a catch-all when it comes to the grieving pet parents who have lost a furry friend. They give them the poem Rainbow Bridge. Yet this poem that has touched millions of people's hearts has remained largely authorless for years, until the sleuth work of an art historian and a cat owner, Paul.
Yep. Is it Kudos? Kudaneris?
Kudaneris, we'll just go with that. He who should be known as Paul.
Yeah, he who shall be named Paul.
Who managed to turn up the original poet decades after the Rainbow Bridge became famous. Her name is Etka Klein Recchi, an 82-year-old Scottish artist and animal lover who traveled the world and failed to notice her poem's popularity.
Could you imagine coming to this lady? He's like, yes, like one of the most popular poems in human history. She's like, what?
Yeah, that's what's going to happen. The story begins with Paul's work researching the pet cemeteries and the constant references he found to Rainbow Bridge, looking back over the use cases of what he determined to be the single most important text in animal mourning. Paul pinned it to a 1994 appearance on the advice column Dear Abby, the most syndicate column in American history. The reader told Abby Van Buren that she had received a copy of Rainbow Bridge from her local Humane Society chapter in Grand Rapids, Michigan. From that debut to her 100 million readers, Rainbow Bridge began appearing on everything to do with the loss of a pet. Hallmark cards, veterinary clinics, etc. Paul worked out that of the 15 separate authorship filings at the U.S. Copyright Office, none of them was a legitimate poem. Eventually expanding the list to 25 names in connection to the poem, he determined one, Edka Klein Recchi, was the most promising. This January, Klein Recchi received a strange phone call asking if she were the author of Rainbow Bridge, to which she answered, "How on earth did you find me?"
You're like, what?
Yeah.
Who?
In 1957, when she was 19-year-old, Klein was grieving the loss of Major, her Labrador retriever who died in my arms, she told Nat Geo. Her mother told her to write down how she was feeling. It just came through my head. It was like I was talking to my dog. I was talking to Major, she said. I just felt all this, and I had to write it. When Paul met her, he found she still had the original handwritten text of the poem. She explained that she had given out handmade copies without her name on them to several of her friends over the years who had lost pets, before moving to live in India and Spain, all the while the poem's popularity blossomed across the U.S. and the U.K.
Be like, here, have one of the most popular poems ever. All right, I'm leaving.
Yeah, he did definitely go stalk her. Can you imagine, she said, every vet in Britain has it. The original text goes like this. Just this side of heaven is a place called Rainbow Bridge. When an animal dies that has been especially close to someone here, your pet goes to Rainbow Bridge. There are meadows and hills for all of our special friends so they can run and play together. There's plenty of food, water, and sunshine, and friends are warm and comfortable. All the animals who have been ill and old are restored to health and strength. Those who were hurt are made better and strong again. like we remember them before they go to heaven. They are happy and content except for one small thing. They each miss someone very special to them who had to be left behind. They all run and play together, but the day comes when one suddenly stops and looks into the distance. His bright eyes are shining, his body shakes. Suddenly he begins to run from the herd, rushing over the grass, his legs carrying him faster and faster, and when you and your special friend finally meet, you cuddle in a happy hug, never to be apart again. You and your pet are in tears, your hands again cuddle his head, and you look again into his trusting eyes, so long gone from life, but never absent from your heart, and then you cross the rainbow bridge together.
Sick.
Yeah. So, mystery solved?
Mystery solved. It was just some lady named Edna. Just some lady named Edna who just lived in Spain.
Name Edna. It's just kind of cool because you see a lot of Hallmark cards, and I think your little black bag upstairs says, "Until we meet again on the Rainbow Bridge."
Dude, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Yeah. It is Dr. Seuss month, so maybe, or day. Maybe read something, just this one little thing.
It might be something my sister bought.
She got. They gave it to her, but yes.
Now I know exactly what you're talking about. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, now I know exactly what that bag is and what the contents of
Don't
it
drop it if you read it
Don't
later.
drop it if you read it.
Okay, so, let's see here. My next article is pretty cool just because I like 3D printers.
Okay.
But these batteries here, looks like a little disc.
That's like a floppy disk.
Batteries 3D printed using layers of powder use 40% less materials, charges in minutes, and recycle easier. Seems like a new Silicon Valley startup could change the face of the battery industry forever by utilizing 3D printers to print solid-state batteries.
I do like a solid-state drive.
Solid-state batteries have advantages over lithium-ion because they aren't flammable, they're more easily recycled, work in extreme cold, and have greater energy density. So no problem with the electric cars here.
Yeah.
Anymore. Solid-state batteries have traditionally been difficult to machine manufacture. But by using 3D printing arrays filled with powder, Saku systems can make these batteries not only using 40% less material, but in almost any shape the customer might want. Yeah. An electric bike could be powered by a battery that hugs a section of the central chassis, or a smartphone battery could run all the way around the frame of a circuit board. These unorthodox shapes are just one of the many advantages that Suku believes they can offer. Many people have built cells in the lab, but they have not been able to scale. Suku CEO and founder Robert Aguirre told Fast Company, "Our vision started with the scalability in mind. The array known as Cavian is much smaller than the traditional roll-to-roll battery manufacturing methods, and because the powder loaded into 3D printers can be extremely precise, there's a 40% reduction in material usage, a huge cost saving over the competitors. The batteries they print can be charged at 80% in just 15 minutes.
That's pretty good.
Because they can be printed in any shape, all kinds of clever innovations are possible in all kinds of industries, from e-mobility products to wearables and small devices. The company is even working with an aviation company who wants solid-state batteries for their aircraft, with holes through the middle of it to help with the heat management. Suku plans to sell micro factories composed of all their technologies in sections of 400 square feet, which can be used to make 100 megawatt hours of batteries in a year. Older equipment takes up about 16,000 square feet and can only produce 2.5 megawatts hours per year. And I don't know what that equals, but it just seems like, I don't know. I'd like to just 3D print everything. I'm going to 3D print a car. Actually, I'm going to a LARP this year, and I intend to 3D print part of my costume.
Helmet?
Helmet?
Oh, like, for your 3D printing.
Mask, body armor. It's a LARP.
Peacemaker.
Peacemaker.
Just show up to the LARP. Yeah, show up to the LARP and be like, look, I know you've got bows and arrows and magic spells. I've got 50 Action Express.
Yeah. From the Cage 6. So, my next article is just kind of funny. Go ahead.
Electric has a point.
Yeah.
People do use 3D printers to make actual groundbreaking things. I definitely wouldn't do that. In fact, I didn't do that.
I printed a Darth Vader to hold my pen.
You did. You did. You know, the first thing I ever printed with a 3D printer? Printed an Among Us character. That was like that tall.
Yeah.
And it was really big. And it sits at the... It sits in the display case in the vocational school where I printed it at. That and an imposter. Because at the time, Among Us was really popular.
Yeah.
And then about 3 days after I printed it, I decided I hate Among Us.
Well, I printed a
You did.
tactical eating apparatus, which has a spoon, a knife, and the knife also dubs as a fork because you could also pair off with it if you do it that way. I've never actually eaten off of it.
Have we ever tested? Does it cut? I feel like it's got it, right?
It's like a butter knife, probably sharper.
I feel like that has to cut,
Oh
right?
yeah, it would cut through stuff. I bet you I could cut through a piece of meat.
Use
with
that to eat your steak.
it. That's right. Just you can't hold it.
Yeah, no, you can't hold
Yeah.
it, but
It's pretty funny. So yeah, we do dumb stuff to electric, I understand. So speaking of dumb stuff and dumb names,
yeah.
the public gave names to snowplows in Madison, Wisconsin.
Yes! Oh, yes! I love these because England did this and they screwed up because one of the things is named Plowy McPlowface.
Well, this year's results of Madison, Wisconsin's contest came in, and they are hilarious. Or hilarious. The city's chief salting trucks will be named Saltimus Prime.
Saltimus Prime.
Saltimus Prime after receiving a total of 1,630 votes.
That's me after a night of Call of Duty.
Made a little Dwayne Johnson, head attached to a hyper-realistic foot. That's hilarious. Okay, a smaller agile bike path plower will be named Snowy Wan Kenobi after receiving 1,910 votes. Seymour Pavement is to be the name of the city's loader plow. With the dual wing plow truck will be dubbed Dolly Plowton.
I love
Yeah,
these.
it's a joy and a shame. For some of the other entries were genius. For Game of Thrones fans, it was a pity that the salt truck didn't receive enough votes for Brian of the Tarth. Honorable mentions should certainly be given out for Keanu Freeze,
Keanu Freeze.
Albert Breinstein, and the chemical students who came up with Snodium Chloride. In 2021,
That's pretty good.
there was a report of a similar contest in Scotland in which winners included like You're a Blizzard Harry, Brinestone Plowboy, Spready Van Halen, Mary Queen of Salt, and On Her Majesty's Slippery Surface. Minnesota's Department of Transportation 2022 contest came up with some real zingers, the best of which most certainly must be Clearopathra, but Scoop, there it is, ain't bad either.
So it was Scotland. Scotland let the public name all of their road gritters. That's what they call them.
Uh-huh.
And there's like 30 of these. But a few of them there's Bear Chills. There's William Wallice. Gonna snow. I don't know how this works. Gonna snow dade that. I don't know that one.
I don't know.
There's the Ice Destroyer.
Ice
Keyboard
Destroyer.
classic. Gritty Gonzalez. Buzz Ice Clear.
That's a good one.
Lord Coldemort.
See, that
There's Salt Disney.
that one made it, but so did your Blizzard Harry.
Yeah, you're a Blizzard Harry. There's I think one of my favorites is Sweet Child of Brine.
Sweet Child of Brine. That's a good song.
There's Sled Zeppelin.
Led Zeppelin.
Grit a Bit. License to Chill. I love these. I love when
Scotland.
these are done.
Don't diss Plowy McPlowface. I feel like, why don't we do that here?
Oh, we're slowly.
I mean, we've only got
getting-
like probably one plow in this town,
We're
but
slowly getting around to it.
I feel like we could come up with something really good.
I really like Buzz Ice Clear.
So I'm gonna do an honorable mention here real quick.
Okay.
Some students raised $270,000 so their 80-year-old janitor can retire from a Texas school.
Thank God that man.
Yeah, they
That
did
man
it.
looks like he's ready for a break.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that one as I.
And right above his head is the work hard.
So I know people who pose just like that. It's like a girl thing, I think, because the guys we just stand
What
there.
the hand on the hip?
Yeah.
Showed it off the side. Yeah, and then us guys are just like, well, yep,
Yeah.
take the picture.
Yeah.
I don't see the point in posing for pictures. I'm just gonna stand there and smile. That's about all you're getting.
The next one is actually pretty cool. This one I wanted to read. The world's largest dance marathon busts a record raising more than $15 million for childhood cancer.
Dance marathon.
That's right. Students at Penn State University have raised a whopping $15 million during their annual 46 hours no sleep or sitting dance marathon. It was an all-time record high and will benefit Four Diamonds, a national nonprofit fund that covers 100% of all medical expenses for families with childhood cancer at Penn State Health Children's Hospital. Dubbed THON, the dance party is the world's largest student-run philanthropy program, which delivers year-round financial and emotional aid to families dealing with childhood cancer. THON 2023 marked the 51st year of fundraising for Four Diamonds, a partnership that has paid off since 1977. The nonprofit was founded by Charles and Irma Millard following the passing of their son Christopher to pediatric cancer. This year, over 707 dancers participated in the organization's iconic dance marathon that began the evening of Friday, February 17th, and ran non-stop until 4 p.m. on Sunday, operating with over 16,000 student volunteers.
Do you think there's one kid that made it through all 46 hours?
I think they all did. They're college kids. They can go forever.
Yeah, there's so much Red Bull in their veins.
Yeah, Lily Pivoto, executive director for THON 2023, said to us, for the kids, it's so much more than just a mantra. It's the mission that drives us in our relentless pursuit to hope, support, and care for children and families. I'd like to thank all those who donated, volunteered, and ultimately joined us in our effort to dance for a cure and continue to make breaking records for our tradition. Over half this century, the partnership has covered all medical expenses, including comprehensive specialty care for over 4,800 families. The fundraising efforts have contributed to the school's extensive cancer research program. Together, we remain steadfast in our unwavering pursuit to find a cure for all forms of pediatric cancer, says Susan Granny, executive director for Four Diamonds. We will always be amazed and will never stop fundraising, dancing, and fighting for a cure, no matter how long it takes.
Important part in there. Dancing. 100%.
Yeah.
Gotta be there.
$15,006,132.46. Yeah.
Very nice.
So, my next article, and I know we're getting close to that time, but this is just kind of neat. Heinz, you see like a letter in the bottle. But Heinz is looking for a man who survived a month at sea eating only ketchup, so they can buy him a boat.
Do you think, after that month at sea eating ketchup, do you think if he goes out to a restaurant and he gets a burger and they're like, "Do you want any ketchup on your burger?" He just visible recoil.
No. Yeah. So do you like ketchup? You're like a big ketchup eater.
I've eaten ketchup.
Like just straight out.
Yes, I have.
I feel like if I had to like survive on ketchup for a month, I would do it.
I think it was probably about age 12. I was curious enough. I walked over, opened the fridge, flipped over the ketchup bottle, just went and just went for it. And you know what? In all honesty, not that bad. Not that bad.
I've seen a
just
lot of kids like
squirted
just
that-
put their fingers in there.
Oh, no, I went straight. I like mouthful of ketchup on accident.
Well, spotting an opportunity to change someone's life and nab some pretty stunning publicity in the process, Heinz is looking to get in contact with a Dominican sailor who survived 4 weeks adrift at sea with little more sustenance than a bottle of ketchup. The company wants to give the man a new boat with state-of-the-art navigation systems so as to avoid any future ordeals of this type. Elvis Francois was out on his boat off the coast of St. Martin when the weather turned and started carrying him out into the open ocean. I tried to go back to port, but I lost track because it took me a while to mount the sail and fix the sail, he said. I called my friends, my coworkers. They tried to contact me, but they lost service. There was nothing else I could do other than sit down and wait. Took shots of hot sauce because I got bored.
He's the Frank's Red Hot boat.
Yeah. So Francois wrote help on the back of his boat and waited to see what happens. With nothing more to eat than a packet of garlic seasoning, a bottle of ketchup, and his lunch that day of Maggi soup, he was rescued by the Colombian Navy, who brought him back to Cartagena for a medical examination that found he was in good health. Heinz has put out a digital message in a bottle to try and contact Francois, to whom they would like to gift a new boat, equipped with full navigation technology to avoid another disaster in the future, the company told CBS News. We're hoping to spread the word far and wide so Heinz can finally gift the new boat to Elvis, the company said. So far, they've contacted the government of Dominica, where he lives, and the Colombian Navy, but currently have had no luck. We're setting this message adrift into the sea of the internet because if anyone can help us find him, it's you, the company said. If you or anyone you know can help us get in contact with Elvis Francois, please drop Heinz a DM.
He sounds like an art thief. It's the notorious art thief, Elvis Francois. Catch Francois.
Ketchup. Okay.
It's like a Madagascar villain.
Yeah, we're winding down, so I'll do another notable. This guy is an Indian man. He grows precious saffron in a shipping container, and he wants to share his hydroponic techniques with other people, where you can just grow.
I thought those were all French fries.
Yeah, grow your own French
So I
fries.
was say, I'm like, this man's growing fries.
Anyway, if you want to Google him, his name is. I'll put it in the chat here. If you're interested in starting a hydroponics thing inside a shipping container.
Yeah, if you got a spare shipping container.
Yeah. Let's see here. So this toddler here,
Nope, got tab.
I just did that again. I can't get this right. I guess that's not even the toddler. Forget it. There's a toddler is the first to be cured of a red, deadly condition using a new version of a faulty gene. This 19-month-old girl has become the first person to be cured of a rare and deadly condition using a new therapy that inserts functional versions of a faulty gene into a patient's bone marrow. Teddy Shaw is now predicted to live a long, normal, healthy life thanks to this cure for metachromatic
Leukodystrophy?
Yeah, leukodystrophy, MLD. Teddy is doing absolutely brilliant. Her mother, Allie, told The Guardian she is walking, running, a chatterbox, absolutely no signs so far of MLD. She is an absolute character and has everyone around her laughing all the time.
Is this...
The cure also happens to be the most expensive drug in the world. Called Libmeldy. It corrects the copies of the faulty gene which causes MLD after a patient's stem cells are removed. The cells are then treated with the medication and they are replaced in the patient's bone marrow. This is a huge moment of hope for parents and their babies born with devastating inherited disorder. They can now be treated with a single round of a revolutionary treatment, Chief Executive of NHS England, Amanda Pritchard, said.
I knew it. I knew it was England. The second they said they're doing absolutely brilliant.
The drug costs about $3 million.
Yeah.
But the NHS
Ouch.
came to an agreement with Orchard Therapeutics to substantially mark it down on Teddy's behalf. The Orchard CEO Bobby Gaspers has said the price represents the costs that were required to develop, test, and get the drug approved when considering there might only be 7 to 8 diagnoses in England in a year. It's also a fair bit less than 10-year costs of the standard of care for MLD patients who gradually lose motor function and control of their senses. But anyway, it's just kind of a neat thing. If
$3
you guys,
million?
Yeah, $3 million.
Who's got
$3 million.
$3 million?
You give it to a child, and they live a long and healthy and productive life.
Doing absolutely brilliant.
You just keep them away from kryptonite,
Pretty much.
and then don't make them angry. You won't like me when I'm angry.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
I think that checks out.
So anyway, sorry to all you people that we were running late today, but I see we got a couple of newcomers, so maybe it worked out really good. We will probably have to transition to 6 o'clock. My work schedule's getting kind of weird.
Yeah, because everything's kicking back up.
Yeah.
It's warmer.
Yeah. So probably we're going to transition to 6 o'clock next week too. If you guys have any articles, please send it to me on the Discord, either personally or on the group chat there.
And I'm here now.
Yeah, I do appreciate it. And chat on the Discord too.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. This is our YouTube channel. If you want to go back and see some of the older videos that Twitch doesn't keep on there.
We can watch the arc of you slowly having a beard and then losing a beard and then having a beard again and then losing a beard again. We can watch the back and forth.
The arc. Let's see. I feel like it works better this way.
Yeah, because it looks good there, but it looks like that there.
Yeah, I don't know how it looks on each individual, if they're watching on the web or watching on their app.
Like that. Well, if you're on your phone.
Well, I see it pops up on the thing. That looks pretty
Yeah,
good.
and that looks good.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll see you next week, 6 p.m. Central Time.
Yep.
And have a great weekend.
Yeah. See you guys
See ya.
later.